Hey guys, Big Rat 310 is here back again with his Hell in a Cell review. First let me say, my Dolphins won. And Ultimator 50, suck it, your Patriots finally lost. I mean, your Ravens finally lost. Okay, let's get to this pay-per-view. Overall, this pay-per-view was... The Hell in a Cells kind of were disappointing. And I know that's what everyone wanted to see. And really, like, the pay-per-view just finished, and I'm kind of empty. Like, I'm empty inside. Match-wise, was it good? And match-wise, it was fine. Actually, one of the better pay-per-views of the year for match quality. But, like, I just feel so empty. There were 2 title changes on this pay-per-view. 2. And I feel empty inside. I don't know why. Just, like, it didn't feel... Didn't have a good pay-per-view Hell in a Cell feel. Okay, let's get to the matches. We start off with CM Punk versus The Undertaker. And this really fucking pissed me off. I would have been fine with it if A, there was a screw job, B, they had done more with this later throughout the night. I thought that there was more to this match. I kept telling everyone on Skype, look at the end of this pay-per-view, Taker, Teddy Long's going to say, Taker, your win doesn't count, you have to fight Punk again, or something like that. I predicted that to happen, and it didn't, man. It just ended here, and that really fucking disappointed me. Punk loses in like 10 minutes. The match was going along fine. The match was... You could tell these guys have such great chemistry. But they never have enough time. Maybe because Taker's hurt. Is he really that hurt, man? If he's that hurt, he's got to think about stopping at Mania, man. I love Taker. Y'all can see that. But if he really is going to be at the... If he's at the point where he's only going to be requesting like 5 to 10 minute pay-per-view matches and he wants to stay in the main event, criticize Kevin Nash all you want. Kevin Nash doesn't wrestle in the main event. He's in the main event Mafia, but like in the pay-per-view, he kind of wrestles like in the upper mid-card. And 10 minutes there's fine, but when you're in the main event, and you're a guy like Taker, and you keep telling the WWE, just give me less than 10 minutes, that's just not going to happen, man. This is a Hell in a Cell. This is your match. I'm going to give this match 3 stars. It was good to a point. Taker gives Punk a tombstone like it's no big deal. Really, it was short. Taker winning was like, what? Taker winning clean was like, what? This was the opener, and they did nothing more with this throughout the night. It was like, what? I understand that you need this to be the opener. Then you needed another Hell in a Cell in the middle, and then another one in the main event. And I guess they thought out of all the Hell in a Cells, this one had the least amount of build, which it did. So it had to go on first. I don't quite see the logic behind that, but really, man, main event of SummerSlam, that choke slam, everyone's forgetting about that. Main event of Breaking Point, the screw job, 2 very important main event things on 2 pay-per-views, one of them being your biggest, and then you just stick this match as the opener. I'm like, what? The Elimination Chamber, that was fine, because they gave it enough time. The ending was the way it was supposed to go, and they needed a chamber to be at the beginning and the end, but this was... Fuck, man. People are going to say they should have had more time, I personally think Taker requested to have less than 10 minutes. If he did, and that's just not fair, man. Seriously, this match was really disappointing. 3 stars, man. And I'm being very generous. There are some people on Skype who are giving it 2 stars. I saw one guy give it a dud. Really, I'm giving it 3 stars because maybe 2 3/4. I'm probably going to give it 2 3/4, man, just because of the really bad way. But it was going along fine, man. It was fine. Moving on. Next, we get to John Morrison versus Dolph Ziggler. This was very good, or good, I must say. This was about 3 1/4, 3 1/2, that range. It was fun, but a lot of people are going to hate this because it was very technical for like the first 10 minutes, but it got a lot of time. It got like 16, 17 minutes, and the Hell in a Cell got 10 minutes. I'm telling you, if they give this match 16 minutes and they give the Hell in a Cell 10 minutes, it's not because of time. I guarantee it's because Taker asked. Anyways, this was a good match, 3 1/4, 3 1/2. A lot of people thought it was boring. I thought it was fine, really. Obviously, we didn't expect them to go to the route with the technical wrestling. I was fine by it, and I enjoyed, the last 7 or 8 minutes were really good. It was a fun match, 3 1/4, 3 1/2. I'm not decided yet. Next, we get to Mickie James versus Alicia Fox. I'm going to give this 2 stars, 2 1/4, which is excellent for a Divas match. I thought this was fine. It was very short. It was only 4 minutes, exactly what we wanted. Mickie was kind of botchy. She botched 2 moves, but everything else she was fine. Alicia Fox, pretty underrated. I gotta say, she put on a good performance. Not that this match was anything good. It wasn't really. But I'm just saying, you know, compared to every other Divas match, and the fact that, you know, it did its job. 2 stars. I'll give it 2 stars. 2.25. 2 stars, something like that. Next we got Batista and Rey Mysterio versus the Big Show and Chris Jericho. This was the second or third best match tonight. This was a lot of fun. It was very short. It was only like 9 minutes. But it was fun, you know. I'm going to give this like 3.25. Not really 3.5. But it was fun. A lot of fun, I must admit. Batista and Rey have great chemistry. And like how Homicide and Hernandez have great chemistry in the tag team. And JTG and Crime Time. I knew Rey and Batista would have great chemistry just because of the big guy, little guy aspect. Fun match for the most part. I did enjoy it. They kind of did some cool spots in this match. Like Rey gave Big Show a tornado DDT. Big Show spear jerk. Rey backdropped Jericho over the ropes on top of Big Show. Big Show caught him in midair, and then Batista speared Big Show while he was holding Jericho. That was kind of cool. People are gonna hate the ending. Where Big Rey did the 619, he went for the West Coast and Big Show punched him in the air. I'm fine with the punching in the air. Like, yes, people on Twitter were going, Falcon punch. I thought it was fine, you know. People hate when Big Show punches people regularly, but if he's gonna do it in the air like that, like, you know, stick his fist out there to Rey's face, it was kind of a bad punch, I'll admit. But if he won the match this way, I'm fine with it. This was Jerishow's best match, I'll say. Better than the match against Crime Time. Definitely get better than Mark Henry and MVP, and better than their legacy match. This was fun. I hope we see more from these guys. Next, we got the second Hell in a Cell with Cena and Orton. This was also kind of disappointing. Wrestling-wise, it was probably the best Hell in a Cell on the night. I'm going to give it 3.5 stars. It was good, you know, but I hated the ending. A lot of people on Skype didn't like the ending, man. Really, what happened was Orton put Cena in a headlock while Cena was tied to the ropes, and then Cena was crawling across the ring and Orton punted him in the face. Like, and all that took a good 5 minutes, the headlock and the punt. And the aftermath, oh my god, Orton stared at Cena while Cena was in the ring for 5 minutes. 5 whole minutes of Orton just staring at him like this. And Cena going, what? There is some good spots in this match. You know, it's your typical Cena Orton match. You know, the DDTs, the electric chairs. We haven't seen stuff we haven't seen before. I'm going to give it 3.5 though. It was good for the most part. Kind of disappointing though. Next we get Drew McIntyre versus R-Truth. I feel so bad for these guys. What a horrible spot right after Hell in a Cell. Really, did this really have to be here? It was only like 4 minutes. It was shorter than the women's match. Drew McIntyre and R-Truth was kind of just, it wasn't even a feud in my opinion. It was more like R-Truth just getting owned. Really, because Drew McIntyre fucking owned the guy for like 4 straight weeks, and then like McIntyre fought, like R-Truth fought back like twice. Really, was this even a feud, man? Did this really need to be on pay-per-view? Really? R-Truth has been on pay-per-view since Survivor Series, I believe. Come on, man. I'll give it 2 stars. That's being extremely generous. It's just, you know, they had a really horrible spot. Drew McIntyre, if you don't like William Regal, if you don't like Dave Taylor, you're going to hate Drew McIntyre. Because he wrestles the same style and he's not as good as those guys at all. So you're going to hate this guy. But the match was just, they really couldn't do much. 2 stars. Next we get the U.S. title match, Kofi, Swagger, and Miz. I found this match to be fun. 3 stars. A lot of cool stuff in here, you know. They went away the match that I thought they would. Kofi dominates early on, and then Miz and Swagger double team. Then they can't trust each other, and then Kofi takes advantage. That's kind of how all the triple threat matches with 2 heels and 1 face go. But this was fun, you know. 3 stars, you know. I did enjoy it, and I did like it for the most part. I thought they worked a pretty good style here. It was kind of short. It was only 8 minutes. I mean, all the undercard matches, we all complain about time. Batista, in my opinion, the tag team match should have been given more time. They were going on such a great roll. They gave Morrison and Ziggler like 19 or 18 minutes. They gave that match a lot of time. Every match on the undercard was 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 8 minutes, and 9 minutes. I think the tag team match was given 15 minutes. That match could have been 4 stars. It was really going good, but like I said, and then they gave a lot of time to the main event, like 28 minutes, which was DX Legacy. Pretty surprising main event. Booking-wise, this was excellent. You know, they started DiBiase and Rhodes attacked Legacy. Legacy attacked DX before they made their way down the ramp, so they fought outside a lot. Then Triple H was locked outside of the cell. You know, they beat up Shawn Michaels, they brought Shawn Michaels in the cell, they worked on him, they locked the cell. Triple H goes out. He goes out for like 7 or 8 minutes. He goes out for a long time. Like a long time. And we're all expecting him to come back with like a Zamboni or a bulldozer. He comes back with like hedge clippers. It took him like 7 minutes to get hedge clippers. And he does the hedge clippers, beats up Legacy, pedigrees DBS on the floor, throws him out of the cage, locks the cage, beats up Cody, gets the win. Booking-wise, I thought it was very good, except for the hedge clippers. So that was just dumb. But wrestling-wise, this was kind of, like I said, kind of boring, you know, in the ring and stuff. Outside the ring, when they were outside of the cell, that was fun. But when they were in the ring, the 2-on-1 stuff was kind of boring. You know, it was still booking-wise, it was a pretty good match. I'm going to give it 3.5, maybe 3 3/4. I guess it's the match of the night because it got the most time. But this pay-per-view was good match-wise, but I don't know. I just wasn't feeling it. If that's a phrase, I wasn't feeling it. I think this gets a 7.75, maybe an 8. An 8's kind of a little out there. Anyways, that's all I got to say. You know, I'm kind of speechless after this pay-per-view. Nothing really happened, and 2 titles changed hands. 3